Hey there guys, it's Liz here, and today's training is going to be about answering the question of what supplements you should be taking if you're trying to naturally balance your hormones. So this topic actually came about earlier this week. It was asked in my 7-day reset community, which by the way, our next 7-day reset starts this Monday. So if you're feeling a little fluffy from Valentine's Day, come and join us. And it was asked by a member that wanted to know what supplements she may want to look at taking if she's trying to prepare herself and her body to come off of birth control. So whether it's someone that is trying to come off of birth control, whether it's somebody that has already been off of birth control and they're trying to balance their hormones, whether it's somebody that maybe you were never on birth control, maybe you're a guy and you're trying to figure out how to balance your hormone levels naturally. It could be somebody that is peri, or postmenopausal. There are so many reasons that our hormones could be out of whack. It could be estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. It could be thyroid hormones, right? There's so many different hormones in our body, but it's a really good question and very common that I get asked as far as, okay, well, what supplements are best for me to bring my hormones back into balance? And the first thing I wanted to start off this training with is to just kind of clear the air and make this blanket statement before I go into details here, that there is no just one supplement that I would say, oh, this is the one or the top 2 supplements to balance your hormones. Because everyone is different. And so the first comment that I actually made on this girl's post in the 7-day reset community was that it's really beneficial and it's a good idea for you to be looking at what your hormone levels are in the first place before you go and try and pick a supplement. So some of you guys may have heard about this one supplement. It's called DIM for abbreviation. It's DIM, it stands for this big long, basically like it's a big Scrabble word, right? So she was asking if that would be helpful for her to take. And there's a lot of other ones out there. There's I3C, and then you have specific types of things that can help with, adrenal hormones, or, if your estrogen is high, do this. If your progesterone is low, do this. So you could look at supplements. You could look at bioidentical hormone therapy. And there's so many different things that we all try to balance our hormones because we're tired of being tired, or having, some people are getting face or back acne, or they're having really bad cramps or PMS symptoms, or like they're just really bitchy all the time. PMS isn't even a thing. It's like PMS 24/7, 365, and that's not normal, right? So a lot of times what people do, especially women, they're going to go on some type of birth control to try and balance those hormones. But if you're trying to naturally bring your hormones into synchronization, guys, it's more than just a supplement. And, are there ones out there that help? Absolutely. And I'll go into what I mean by that in a minute or two. But what I want you to understand is there's a reason that your hormones are out of balance. So you're having some type of toxicity, whether it be a bacteria, a virus, a parasite. It could be a gut microbiome imbalance. There are genetic predispositions to things, but they typically need an underlying toxicity or deficiency to be able to show their face. It doesn't mean they weren't there, but they're more opportunistic. So yes, there are different and specific situations for everybody. So I'm not trying to make a global statement, but I'm just saying in general, when you're looking at, for example, your thyroid not functioning as well. Somebody has low thyroid numbers, or maybe your TSH, your thyroid stimulating hormone is high, but which honestly, oftentimes, if that's what your doctor tests is your TSH and it's in range, it doesn't mean all your other numbers are in range, your T3, your T4, and everything else. So you need to ask them to test that. But if you're trying to deal or treat or help supplement or heal from having low thyroid or underactive thyroid, then you want to look at certain toxicities. Like, do you know that chlorine and fluoride will both attach to your thyroid, steal iodine away from all these different cofactors that are involved with thyroid metabolism? And do you know that your selenium and your zinc and iodine levels are good, right? Do you know the toxicities and the nutrient deficiencies that are causing your hormonal imbalance, right? It's not like all of a sudden one day your thyroid takes a poop. It's not like all of a sudden one day your progesterone just tanks or your estrogen skyrockets. There's something that is happening that's causing that. And so can supplements help? Like if I see that somebody has thyroid issues. We've done the test, we look at the numbers, and they end up also having like very low selenium or imbalanced selenium and zinc or really low iodine levels, then yeah, we can use a supplement to be able to take care of that and support the thyroid while addressing other toxicities that they have that are also leading to the thyroid not functioning right. But you can't just take a supplement and just say, we're good. Like, could it help? Absolutely. Because if you have a nutrient deficiency and it helps to replace that or restore that, then that's great. But there's a reason why that nutrient is deficient. So do you have poor like absorption of it in your body? Do you have poor like gut issues? So you can't really digest anything, even if you are taking it, right? Do you have additional stressors in your life that you aren't addressing? And so you could supplement all day long, but until you are controlling some of these other stressors in your life and learn how to buffer them, it's going to be really difficult for you to heal. Right, guys? So you have to make sure that it's not just supplements, but look at the underlying toxicities you have, the underlying nutrient deficiencies. And if someone isn't willing to address their nutrition, hands down, I'll be like, I can't work with you. I just can't. And it's just because you're supposed to get your nutrients through your food as much as possible. And you can't get all of them through that way, just the way that our food supply is anymore. So then you supplement. But if you're not going to address food that you eat every single day, like, it's gonna be really hard to get anywhere. So are you addressing your nutrition? Are you addressing your stress load overall? Are you looking at your toxic load? And are you looking at your nutrient deficiencies when you're going and thinking, I wanna balance my hormones? So that's my feedback for you guys. I hope that that was helpful. I pray that that gave you some insight. As always, if you guys have any questions or if you're thinking, you know what? Maybe I want to move forward working with you, Alyssa. Maybe I want to talk about what customized coaching would look like, or one of your coaching programs. Like, how do I know what the best fit is for me with my specific situation? Shoot me a message. We'll schedule a time to chat, and we'll figure out what the best next move is for you. And maybe if you just want to start with the 7-day reset, that's fine too. We start one in a couple of days. So whatever you want to do, shoot me a message. Let me know, and I'm always here to help, guys. Take your health into your own hands and talk to somebody that is taking the integrative approach. Don't just do these Band-Aids because you won't truly heal. So have a great week. Mwah.